Spider Law, why you steady popping it, bro? Stop that shit. That shit look like Mark shit, bro. You feel me? Just give me my fade, bro. All I'm asking is for my fade, bro. You making all this shit into something it don't even gotta be, bro. All this on extra popping it. I'm not even finna go in there and address all that weird ass shit you talking about, bro. Shut up. At the end of the day, just give me my squabble, cuz. We have a disagreement, cuz. We not seeing eye to eye, cuz. We could just get down, gang. That was it. You feel me? You trying to act like, oh, this bro. Like, bro, I don't gotta scream and holler at you, bro. I just want my fade, bro. On hood. You talking about, oh, you said that you ain't gonna do nothing if you did it. Like, come on, bro. I'm saying we can meet up. You think I ain't did nothing? Pull up on like you could be the first I pull up on it, if that's what you talking about. The internet know the truth. On 40 Crick. I be pulling up. I pull up to all setups and all that.
So, a fade, this, that, and the third, when you can't settle your differences, don't equal to differences being settled to me. You know what I mean? It just leads to some frustration being let out. And it's crazy because, right, when you a kid, you do as a kid, but when you a man, you do as a man, bro. Men should be able to hash out their differences with their words, bro. Should be able to, because they say communication rule the nation, and I agree. Feel me? It seems to be some miscommunication, though, bro. SBI ain't taking too kindly to the call outs for phase, and especially at this big old age, like the whole grandpa out here, bro. And talking about fading, right? But yeah, bro, let's get into this shit real quick. SBI finna give us a little rundown.
Seen each other intentionally on purpose with foreknowledge, at least to my knowledge. He may have known I was coming. I'm not sure because he got on the phone one day and told me I'd be with his homies that be hating on him. He didn't specify anyone. I with everybody from 40s that be online, except Doty 6, from 4 Extras to Spody Face to Pee Wee to Lupe, forgetting anybody, everybody I could recall from 40s that's been online, I've with, but he had to express to me, yeah, I see you be with some of my homies that I don't quit. I never had no idea, concern, or clue who he was actually referring to. But every time that we met on purpose, oh yeah, and I also with D-Jack, another high profile or visible public from 40s. I even with Bobcat, keep it a Google, oh, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, only time I ever bumped into him unintentionally was at a studio where I knew I came with a 40 and I knew a 40 on the place. Every other time I've seen him, it was based upon us planning on meet together to create content for positivity. We've shared numerous conversations throughout the last few years. So when Kicking Cat being booed was falling apart, something was said about me allegedly saying Mika busted open for me on FaceTime, which I've never said. It has never happened. So unlike my normal routine, I found myself expressing, well, I'll be honest, I found myself explaining to Baby Runner that wasn't true and trying to get him to understand that wasn't true when he called me with Mika on the phone, trying to have this weirdo type conversation that I do not typically engage in. I tried to appease him because I'm thinking he a loke, and I thought we was going to get to understanding, right? So I entertained the bullshit conversation with the bitch. Then he steady on the phone trying to.
So yeah, it was like, that's what SBI said it was about, basically over some female shit, or, you know what I mean? It's crazy, bro.
Convince me that it ain't got nothing to do with the bitch. I'm asking Cut, like, why is she on the phone? So she gets dismissed off the phone. He's steady trying to explain his issue with me, which is something having to do with me. Now it don't have nothing to do with me. He believes I didn't say she busted open. But whatever, something I said to my co-host of my show at the time about whack hole no honey, little bitch that said she put 3 fingers up his ass. This is what I was talking about and dealing with. Was that I wasn't dealing with Baby Runner, Baby Mama. I was dealing with the bitch that said she did the 3 fingers up whack, right? So something I said to my co-host about her caused him to say that he feels some type of way. This is what he told me. Now, everybody here under the sound of my voice know I don't give a f about their feelings, especially if they attach to a female. When I ain't never met none of that, especially not one that tells me you only are attempting to maintain custody of your children so you can keep the county income. This is what she got to say about you. So when you was calling me on the phone and she on there with the attitude like she got your back, calling you baby daddy, she was really just praying I didn't bleed her. She really hoping I don't go through my DM and show them screenshots when she was, Spider, why you don't never call me? Because you know how she tried to act on the phone. All this about her. But anyway, back when it happened months ago, earlier this year, around February or March, I believe. It could have been April. Months ago, though, Cuz made me aware of his intention to want to physically harm me. Told me he wanted to squabble. Bro, I'm the type of person, I don't speak about my intentions to do violence or physical harm to anyone. Even if I made up in my mind, it's just something that I talk to myself about. I don't announce it to anyone. And if somebody expresses intentions to harm me, even if they're asking for my permission to participate, I just take a note, like, this still want to hurt me. You feel me? So I just.
Yeah, he say he took a mental note, bro. Can't blame him. Yeah, it's you know, like I say, bro, certain part, and I hope they can get to the bottom of that shit, but at a certain point in your life, you should be able to settle your differences, bro, with some communication. You know what I'm talking about? And other than that, it's just like you got a disdain for him and you want to get some frustration off on him, whatever have you.
Just take a note. I have had nothing to say to Cuz since, especially when in the same week, he was on the phone screaming at the top of his lung, over extremely extra emotional about Wendy from 6'7", trying to get into it with a nigga from 6 Deuces Coast. My homie, right? Same week. I just saw a pattern and just removed myself. Okay, Cuz want to fight. Whenever I see Cuz, I guess I'm going to have to deal with the fight. That's how I felt. It was private. I didn't have, can't disrespect him. He's in his emotions, he's in his feelings. That's how he feels. I don't give a fuck about how he feels, but hey, he felt that way. I didn't argue with him. I didn't try to convince him to feel otherwise. Only not past the point where I stopped communicating. It's okay. It is what it is. This is such a slow tard. Upon his own suggestion, he invited his homeboy to come on the conversation with us to discuss these issues. His homeboy told him he was wrong. He still pursued the same course of action. I happened to mention that recently on my live when I addressed his song that I've still yet to hear. I've got multiple reports that he said I was a mark and that he need a fade. I don't give a f what Nan need. I don't give a f what Nan want, especially from me. As a human, as a man, the desires of another man don't concern me whatsoever. I don't give a f whatever it is. A fade, a favor. I don't care what another man wants. It's not my interest. Not my business. Men have to.
Hey, you say a fade, a favor, for real? Like, come on, bro. You know what I'm talking about?
Fulfill their own wants. And then you want something from me, it'll be a cold day in hell before I oblige if it includes you doing harm to me physically. You get it? I've been around long enough that to know that once violence is sparked, there is no predicting how far it may go. So many times people have come with the best of intentions to do a fist fight. And that's where you get the phrase, don't bring a knife to it, you feel me, and all that, right? So once I find out a man wants to hurt me, there's people, 3 Big Flux, shout out my name, EC Red. I know that have done prison time for punching someone and they lost their life. I've done time with both of them, Flux and EC Red. It is a reality. Hit you in your temple and it could be over with. Although Flux,
it only takes 5 pounds of pressure, bro, for the little bone in your nose to break and go into your brain, bro. When I hear fight, nigga, I hear kill. I'm like, nigga want to fight, nigga. Like, what? It's super aggressive, or like, you know what I mean? It's I don't know what niggas hear when they hear a fight, but when you a little kid though, it's different though, like, you know. But
and EC Red, in their situations, allegedly, someone was hit and then they hit another that they was knocked out. Then when they hit a harder surface, they subsequently allegedly lost their lives. You can be, this can take place. So anytime a person's talking about throwing blows, doing something to harm me, and then at my age, even younger, bro, if you totally win a fight and demolish a nigga, your body aches for 30, 40 days. I don't never foresee myself verbally committing to meet up with someone to engage in a process of giving them fair action to do me physical harm. That is totally slow-tarded to me. Besides the people who train daily for this, receive a check, get interviews, respect, I understand why that type of adult would engage. But outside of that, it sounds foolish to imagine a grandfather being willing to engage in such immature, ignorant activities. So, however, hey, I'm a man that's going to defend the space that I occupy. So any individual, this goes for anybody that tries to impede upon that, there will be consequences. Anybody. And when somebody makes it known that they intend to harm me, you can imagine mentally they go on a certain list. And I left it alone. I don't have nothing to say, nothing else to speak about, talk about. However, months later, which was recently, days ago, allegedly, apparently, I guess, baby runner hoe ass felt like he needed to go into the rap booth and record his voice, telling the world what he already made clear to me months ago. I didn't share with anyone, didn't express it, didn't respond, didn't react. That's cool. I heard that one before. All right, that's what you want to do. Although Wacko No Honey marked you out on this internet, disrespected you to the utmost, and y'all bosom buddies now. You so pressed about wanting to do harm to me.
Oh, Baby Runner and Whack 100, super cool. They made up or whatever. Okay, that's cool.
Cool. At one point, I was in the projects, the Imperial Courts, and I just had a squabble with my homie. Baby Runner called me, allegedly calling himself, giving me props for whatever he saw me do on camera that he was proud of. I used that moment to ask him, like, cuz I just seen an interview where, mind you, I'm back in the projects after I had left. We up. The homies there, the real money bag ECs, not Asmo, the real money bag boys. It's a gang of homies right there, gang of PJs, some Comptons. It's A7s, Magic. We cribbing. Runner tap in because it's going live. And he trying to give me some props. I used that moment to say, cut, I just seen the interview where the interview person asked you about your problems with Brick Baby. Mind you, I'm in the project because going through all I was going on one, on my tip, Theanism, on one, tequila down. It might be on the live, seeing me on my phone going to the cut, but I took the time to do this, to talk to Runner. He called to give me applause or props, humble, whatever. I say, cuz I just seen an interview with you and they asked you about your problems with Brick Baby. And you said, no matter what, you need that. Like, yeah, woo. And then they asked you, I don't know what first, they asked about Whack or Brick first or second, but they asked him about both these dudes back to back. And his answer about Brick was, he need that fade no matter what. And his answer about Whack was, I don't got no problem with Whack. We squashed it. It's over. So while he called me in the middle of me doing my internet troll thing in the projects, not in my home, shout out to the PJs. I'm out of bounds as far as being at home, been on some extra shit. He apparently was impressed by my performance, whatever you might want to classify it as. And he called me to give me my props. I flipped it to tell him I was unimpressed with his interview. And he told me the reason why he squashed this shit with Whack is because he didn't want to seem like he was having a problem over a bitch.
Oh, man, what? So, hold on. You see how SBI tied in, though? Tell the whole story only to just bring out the irony in it. You don't want a problem with Whack over a bitch, but you want a problem with the homie? You want a problem with me? You want to squabble me over a bitch? Or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's deeper than that, bruh. You know what I'm saying? SBI. I don't know where Baby Runner's frustrations stem from. You know? I hope they get to the bottom of that shit, bro. Honestly and sincerely. Because, it just don't be good, bro. Or at the very least, stay out each other's way. It seemed like that's what Spider was trying to go about it. Like, I'm going to block that. I ain't going to talk to him or whatever. At least till he get his mind right. He say, Baby Runner called him again, right? And after they had supposed, because you heard him earlier, he say one of the G homies Baby Runner called one of his G homies. G homie tell Baby Runner, you're wrong, bro. You in the wrong. He say Baby Runner is persistent though, even after being told that. But get this though, Baby Runner said the G when Spider Loc hung up, the G homie told Baby Runner like, nigga, Nah, I pursue that. Like, basically, while Spider was on the phone, he was in agreement with Spider. When Spider hung up, he was in agreement with Baby Runner type shit. And, you know, it's crazy. See, that's the thing, though. If it was real homies, like real OG, I know they ain't from the same set, bro. You know what I'm talking about? But what I'm saying is, it should just be older people from the community who can mediate things, bro. It'd be a lot of that, like, it don't be, and really, you know, it's just cooler heads need to prevail, bro. Spider seemed like he on some mature shit and some manly shit or whatever. Hey, you, Baby Runner, I don't, he seems to be the one with the gripe, bro. So I hope Baby Runner can get over that. You know what I mean? Hopefully SBI can find it in his heart to forgive Baby Runner, or Baby Runner forgive Spider if he, you know, whatever type shit, bro. We on to the next one though, bro. It's a lot. It be a lot, bro, with this. It's, bro.
Shout out to W.I.G TV in here. W.I.G TV.
Somebody did it.
He got his name, W.I.G TV.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, WIG TV,
Hey, I
man.
fuck with you, my nigga. I ain't. Gang, shout out. Hey, that's the king of the California right there. Y'all subscribe to WIG Gang TV.
Playing with that paper, ho. Nigga need that yaper, need it now and not later, ho. Say, ho, playing with that paper, ho. Nigga need that yaper, need it now and not later, ho. Say, ho, I can't be playing with that paper, ho.